We got to talk about who or what is better when fat.
And
now,
listen, it's terrible because fat also means you're saying, I like you better unhealthy.
Right. Of course. You got to point that out too, right? There's some health benefits involved in this conversation, so we do it respectfully. But this is all based on Rob Gronkowski and Julian Edelman bantering about today's NFL coaches.
You want to know what's a disappointment here is that these coaches are starting to get in shape now, man. They're looking like they've been working out with the players, throwing some routes, going for jogs. Like, there's a lot of positional coaches that are still looking like coaches, but these guys right now are looking slim, looking jacked, looking like they go for a run, actually looking like they go and lift some weights. But we need coaches to get fat again. Remember, we wanted Dola to get fat when he was coaching with the Los Angeles Raiders. That's a true typical coach, is when they're fat and overweight. That means you're the best out there. So I think the problem is that Ozempic came out.
They got to start testing them.
It should be on the PED list for these coaches. We need them fat again. It makes football better.
Is he saying make coaches fat again?
Yes, he's saying make coaches fat again. He's saying Ozempic is changing the game, and it is, not only in sports or coaches, but in Hollywood and real life.
Yeah, life.
We see it all over the place. I don't know if coaches are on it. I don't know that, but I do know that he's onto something when you think of these younger guys, the Sean McVays of the world. They're young and in shape, and the time of the Andy Reid type of coach is sort of going away, and Gronk is saying, that's not how it should be. I get more respect for the fat guy coach, and it's kind of funny when you hear them talk about it. So it makes you think, if coaches are better fat, and that's how I do picture coaches, like old coaches, just like old fat guys, but they're not anymore.
You're just picturing Andy Reid.
Yeah, but I just, like Parcells and dudes like that.
Like John Madden later on.
Yeah, John Madden was
a
bigger guy, like bigger guy.
Mike Holmgren.
Yeah, Romeo Crennel.
Yeah,
guys
like
like
these
that.
fat
Wade
dudes.
Phillips.
Mike Holmgren, did someone say?
Mike Holmgren, or even like Mike McCarthy,
But there is a
rotund
trend of like
fella.
younger, fitter
Kevin
coaches.
Stefanski.
It's not-
Yeah, you're picturing guys like Sean McVay who got muscles. And
I'm also picturing like your old high school coaches, right? It's like the fat gym teacher or something. So who or what, based on that, is better fat? And is there a number one answer? Because I think of one person in particular and then one genre in particular.
Okay, is the person the same that you, me, and Big Mike all agreed with?
Who?
Big, the guy that runs this place?
Mike.
Never heard of him.
I'll throw it out there. I don't want to give away the number one answer, but I might.
Do it. Because now I'm wondering if we're all thinking the same thing.
There's an actor that, to me, was better fat, and I'm sure healthier now and good for him, but John Goodman.
Oh, no, that's not where I was
To
thinking.
me, John Goodman, I'm sure
That's a good answer, though.
He's feeling good. He's feeling something. But I think of King Ralph John Goodman. I'm thinking Roseanne John Goodman. Now John Goodman's like a slender fella.
We have
He quit drinking. That's what he said. He's like, it got rid of the rage for me, and I.
So again, that's why we say respectfully, we understand he's healthier and good for him. We're happy for him. But I'm with Rich. When I picture John Goodman, I picture like Babe Ruth, fat John
Babe.
Goodman. Yeah, like eating hot dogs.
there's a list of comedians and comedians who have lost some of their funny once they got thin, like Jonah Hill. I was thinking of a few yesterday when we were talking about
That
this
has
topic.
to be the number one what in genre of people. Like comedians often associated with being funnier when fat and when they lose weight.
Gaffigan has been joking about it because he shared his weight loss journey recently.
That's right. But my answer, the first one that comes to me, is like a Drew Carey.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. I mean,
right? Like he was no longer funny
Some
as the
would say
skinny.
Some would say he was never funny.
I don't know. I thought he was a funny dude, but like as the host of Price is Right, he's just like, he's just the host now. He's nothing really funny about the guy anymore.
and not again.
Respectfully,
sometimes when someone's a bigger fella and they lose that weight, their head looks big or something, right?
well, that's funny.
Yeah,
it's horrible. but it's funny.
I'll give you one, and she's addressed it, so it's not me being,
I know where you're going.
It's not me being rude. She's addressed it, but her character's name in Pitch Perfect was Fat Amy. Rebel Wilson looks beautiful and thin and in shape, and
I'm starting
probably
to feel like this is a bad conversation.
probably healthier. But Rebel Wilson has said that she's looked at differently because people looked at her as like the funny big girl.
I got another one. This is the truth.
Don't shy away from this.
I'm
Come on.
not.
Don't let
I'm not.
Don't let 2025 beat you.
2025 is
Don't let Gen Z beat
just
you.
sensitive people in my ears, and it's bothering me.
Don't let it.
But I'll say it. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. Come on. You're going to tell me Adele is better now than what she used to be? Like, she had credibility. To me, she had credibility. Like, ooh, she's a big woman.
So are you also saying you like Big Luther?
it's like don't fool me. Like, remember when CNC Music Factory had that big woman singing and they positioned it with like some fit other woman? I think it had more credibility when it was the other woman.
Because you're thinking of Mama Cass Elliott.
I'm just
Your Mamas
thinking
and the Papas.
she could
Aretha
sing,
Franklin.
yeah.
She's big. She's got the mask.
She's got them pipes.
The fat lady sings.
Yeah,
right?
like the fat ladies, and that, like, I give that credibility. Like Adele to me now, like hot Adele or like good looking Adele. Yeah, healthier Adele. I give all the credit in the world.
You were talking about Martha Walsh, by the way.
Yeah,
by
Martha
the way,
Walsh.
people don't. Is that
I'm
the
sure
bigger
she's
woman?
just as talented and people are just as funny, but for whatever reason, it's never the same.
Is Martha Walsh the bigger woman? That got
She is.
Oh, people once said, it was over when she sang, but people didn't know.
Right. People didn't know. So
Get it over when the fat lady sings.
who or what is sort of better fat?
I'll see my way out.
Because there is a trend in the NFL, according to Gronk, and according to us, Gronk and Edelman, they say coaches today are not the coaches of yesteryear. Coaches of yesteryear were sort of sloppy and overweight. Coaches today, slim and trim and fit. Their polo tucked in real nice.
Well,
Robert Saleh.
comedian.
Yeah.
Jacked.
Like Saleh, yeah.
Like Robert Saleh looks like a guy that would be.
He looks like a fitness instructor.
Robert Saleh looks like the instructor that's trying to sleep with your wife, like at the gym. Like, hey, what's up? Robert Saleh, great example of a ripped coach. Now, I was thinking like comedians and hosts and stuff. It's there is something to be said about comedian Matt Rife, who's like the young, handsome dude.
Yeah.
He breaks the mold, and it's almost tough in a way to be the, I guess you would say, like young, handsome comedian like him. Because
you can't be too good looking. No one thinks you're funny. And you can't act like you're the smartest guy either. You can't be too smart because then you're talking down to people. And no one likes that either.
Like, I'm sure, how would we receive it if Fluffy, Gabe Iglesias, what if he just got all trim? His whole character's like, I'm fluffy.
See, but I think it's really on the audience. Is he any less funny? I don't know. It's a weird thing. Are these coaches any less good?
Yeah, but you remember like comedian John Panette? His whole bit was based on like, you've been here 4 hours. He was at the buffet. And like a lot of his jokes relied on like, I'm a fat guy.
Got to find a new act, like a new shtick.
You can't call him fluffy if he's not fluffy, right?
Like, you know what? I know what always bothers me when a hot female comedian talks about like the woes of dating. I'm like, stop it. You could date anyone. Like, stop.
So again, just a question, a thought based on Gronk and Edelman's conversation. It was kind of a funny one because you do see the difference. You do see the expectation of what a coach used to be and what a coach is now, or what the trend seems to be. These guys are younger and more fit than coaches previously.
Well, you know what, Covino, to make a point here, let's also keep in mind that you can't hate on someone because people are trying to better themselves. And that's the bummer, right? It's like a lot of times actors, musicians, athletes, coaches, they'll trim up, and instead of people being like, oh, congratulations for all the hard work you did, you know what people say? Oh, I missed the fat you. You don't think that messes with them a little bit?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's not fair. So that's what I'm saying. It's probably on us and our expectations as the viewer or the audience.
Man, it's not me or Covino. Blame Gronk and Edelman.
And
they
you know
started
what?
this.
You may have a personal story, like, my buddy. I liked him, but and now he's all thin and full of himself.
Why are you looking at Spot when you say that?
No, because they're saying Ozempic is changing the dynamic of friendships all over the world. Because that person is no longer the person that they once were. So they're not even acting like that person.
I had a college buddy who was a bigger dude, but he leaned into it. Like, his whole persona in college was, yo, I could eat more wings than anyone. I could guzzle beer. Yeah, Fat Larry.
He wore a big Hawaiian T-shirt, right?
And what happens, that guy, when he slims up, he almost has to adjust his, I guess you would say, like,
his persona.
His whole persona.
His
because
self-esteem.
I know it sounds
goes up, right?
I know it sounds ridiculous. Your self-esteem
Yeah,
goes
if you
up.
were
Maybe not. You can be
if you were the beer and wing guy wearing
yeah.
Hawaiian shirts all the time, and you lose that weight, you have a
your
new identity.
Exactly.
You have to adjust. Like, it's a good adjustment for your health, but if you're the guy that everyone's like, Larry, and you're the guy that's ripping off you're shaking your belly like your Chunk from Goonies, and you're doing keg stands and eating, 50 wings, and everyone's like, man, Fat Larry. If Fat Larry's like, yeah, guys, I'm going to get the salmon with rice, and I'm really trimming down, and I'm a different guy now. That's an adjustment because people are like, come on, Fat Larry. So, Gronk, Edelman, very funny clip. Do coaches need to be fat? We're looking at the NFL now. There's more ripped coaches than ever because people care about health and fitness. The end. But I thought it was a funny observation.